Hey gang, welcome back to the channel. It's a new season, so people are going to be looking for decks to help them climb to infinite, and we're going to take a look at the deck that's really been the most successful for me over the last week, and ultimately what I chose to take to infinite really cruised right along. I've had some really great stats with the deck. Now we are coming in a little bit lower than normal. 86 had to work a graveyard shift last night, but we got it done. But before we do jump in today's video, a little disclaimer. This is probably going to be a pretty busy month. We are getting that new Deadpool's Diner game mode, but it's only going to be available for 2 weeks at the end of the season. We haven't gotten a whole lot of clarity as far as how much time is going to be invested. The devs have just said, hey, we think most people should be able to get the new card Cassandra Nova. But outside of that, we don't really know. So I'm saying that if you care about getting to infinite, if you care about getting the resources and the cosmetics out of the conquest shop, you may want to try doing that, sooner rather than later, because the last 2 weeks of the season, your time is probably going to be invested into Deadpool's Diner, especially if you're trying to get the new variant for the card and the other rewards out of that as well. So just something to keep in mind. You may want to get after it. I know I'm going to spend a lot more time in Conquest now that I've reached Infinite. All right, let's talk about today's deck. So Arishem has been out for a little over a week now, and if you have been hard countered, well then today's list probably looks very familiar to you. This deck is literally designed just to wipe the floor with Arishem and then be pretty decent into the non-Arishem matchup. So we'll say that right off the top. Depending on what your meta bubble looks like, what you tend to run into over and over again, if you're running into a ton of Arishem, yes, this deck is fantastic. Now, if you're scarcely ever seeing Arishem, then I would probably be looking to something else to play, just because, like I said, it is decent into the non-Arishem matches, but it's not really designed for that, and there's definitely better decks in those non-Arishem matches. So we aren't going to spend a whole lot of time breaking the deck down, because the deck is really looking to do two things and two things only in those Arishem matchups. Play a Dark Ock, play a Mystique. You could basically win most games just by doing that. The stats on Dark Ock are absolutely insane, being 30 plus power. It's just hard for them to deal with. Now the issue is, in those non-Arishem matchups, if you're not getting Kitty Pryde in your opening hand, the deck can really tend to fall flat, because you need to get the ball rolling. You need to be getting the triggers on Angela and Athena, being able to put stats out. Now in the non-Arishem matchups, typically what you're wanting to do is double up your Iron Man as opposed to your Dark Ock, because inside of this list you have no Korg, you have no Rockslide to put out a decent sized Dark Ock. A lot of times he's going to be somewhere around 7 power, so not usually what you're wanting to double up. But with the Ravonna Renslayer down on the board, you can actually play Iron Man and Mystique down on the final turn together, because they will be discounted 4 and 2 costs. You'll have the energy for that. Something else you can do is play the Iron Man out on turn 5, followed it up by Mystique. And then the MVP of this list for me is really the Juggernaut. There's so many times that I win a lane just because they've kept it open. You play the Juggernaut out, you knock all the cards out. Really great tech, and it's really the only tech we have, but it is a very crucial piece of tech. Now, something that I like to do against the Arishem decks to protect my Dark Ock and my Mystique from a Shang-Chi or a Rogue is play them out on the final turn. And you're like, well, Perry, that's like 8 power. What are you doing? We've got the Hope Summers in here. Now, if you don't have Ravonna Renslayer on the board, you're going to need 8 energy to be able to play Dark Ock and Mystique on the final turn, which means you need to put in 2 triggers into Hope Summers on that turn 5 so that you'll have that 8 energy. Now, if you have Ravonna on the board, you only need 7 energy, so you're only going to need that 1 trigger in the Hope Summers. And then final turn, you're most likely not going to have priority. You play the Dark Ock out, you play the Mystique out, you put a gazillion points on the board, and you just walk all over your Arishem opponent. Now, this version of the list is running that Korg and Rockslide. You'll also notice I have Nocturne over Sage here. In those Arishem matches, it really doesn't matter as long as you're doing the whole Dark Ock Mystique thing. But I do find that this deck is a little bit better seated against those non-Arishem matches. You have the Korg, another 1-drop to help get Athena trigger off. And you get to have a bigger Dark Ock, and potentially putting out 6 more power between the Korg and Rockslide on your Dark Ock if you have to play him out, as opposed to when he's only like 7 or 9 power. Now, like I said, we have the Nocturne over Sage. Sage is really a card you don't want to be playing out on turn 3. You don't really have any stats or things to play it into. And I don't want to be playing it on the final turn either. That's what I've got the Juggernaut for. That's why I've got the Iron Man and the Mystiques. So if I have a card I'm not really looking to play on turn 3, and it's really not what I'm looking to do on turn 6, well, why am I even running it? So you can definitely play Nocturne in place of Sage. Nocturne may be even better than Sage. So if you don't have Sage, you can run the Nocturne. If you don't have Nocturne, you can run the Jeff. If you don't have Jeff, well, you probably need to ask for forgiveness, because that's a massive sin in the world of Marvel Snap. So I will go ahead and put up the stats for the 2 lists. You'll see I had pretty good success with both. In fact, the first version we talked about, absolutely insane, 41 cubes inside of 12 games. Do keep in mind, this is not my run to infinite. These are not, you know, stats skewed by bots. These are all from post-infinite games against real players. But I will say, with as much Arishem, that's really padding the numbers in. There's plenty of people inside of infinite that'll just snap on anything, giving away 4-8 cubes. They don't care about their rank, so that definitely pads it as well. But just know, these are not numbers skewed by bots. These are all post-infinite, and today's gameplay will all be from post-infinite, not my climb to infinite. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into that gameplay footage. You're gonna see this deck just slam dunk on all the Arishem decks. So as always, gang, y'all be good, y'all be safe. I will catch you on the next one. Good luck out there on your climb to infinite. I know it's kind of stressful, and you know, we can get kind of angry, you know. It can get you can get hot. Just keep a level head. You're gonna get it, you're gonna get there. And just a reminder again, we got that Deadpool's Diner coming up at the end of the season, so you need to get in there and get it done. All right, I'll see you in the next one. All right, nothing to play on turn 1. Gotta love it. There's a lot of cable around now, which is like, can be detrimental. I think we're gonna do this. Juggernaut's great for knocking cards into Fist Tower. Well, you know, if your opponent doesn't have a Luke Cage created Arishem, or Arishem created Luke Cage. So this is great. This means I feel like I gotta get something out here. Final turn, we Mystique Jug. Hope he plays something in the middle. I hate playing Sage out here, but I guess we can wait a turn. He got my, okay, so he got Mathena. We're gonna do this because we know this will be able to play Darkhawk into here. Well, we're not drawing any more cards. Now, what we could do is not play the Darkhawk this turn. What y'all think about that? We're just not going to play the Darkhawk. So we'll do something like this. This gives us what? 8 energy next turn, which would be 5, 7. This becomes... So we're better off doing something like this. Final turn, we Darkhawk and Mystique. I think so. I think so. Let's go ahead and snap them here. We have the Juggernaut, but we don't have the energy for it. So they stay. This doesn't matter. So we're getting 3 triggers off of the Sage here. So we do get probably, we get the lead here. So they have to play. They have to play here. And we just do this. Yeah, that's it's gonna tie, but the other lanes are gonna be ultimately just destroyed here. It's a lot easier to get the cards that you put in your deck when you don't add 12 other cards to the list. Drawing cards is always good, and they're Arishem, so, you know, I think we just go ahead and snap here. We got our full combo between the Darkhawk, Ravonna Renslayer, could play out an Iron Man and a Mystique on the final turn. He's not scared. He's not scared. Oof. We can give him a 0-cost Mysterio. Clog him up a little bit. Agent Coulson, barbecuing.
Opponent snapped.
I guess this is the best thing we can play. I guess he's gonna give us Electro. That just feels like an Electro snap. It's not. Thank God. Well, this is Iron Man. We still kept the Darkhawk Mystique though. Everyone is running their dadgum. Oh, let's. Well, we'll take it, you know. And we can continue to grow Athena. Juggernaut, the MVP, you know. I guess I hate to play Hope here. 7. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Because I would like to grow Athena just a little bit. But we'll do, we're gonna skip this turn. We're gonna play Hope Angela and then Darkhawk Mystique because we'll have 7 energy on the last turn. Okay. So we're not winning that lane. Oh ho! Okay, okay. Doesn't really matter where we need it. I gotta play here. Now, they still have to win the left side because Athena's gonna get 2 more triggers. She's gonna get a trigger this turn. She's gonna get a trigger next turn. They got priority, so they really can't do anything. We've got 4 more on Mysterio. They would have to play a blob and really shrink the Darkhawk down to size. Uh-oh. Nope, that's not going to do it. We're going to casserole him. We're going to casserole him here. All thanks to Juggernaut, gotta say. Arishem deck. We got Darkhawk in hand, you know. It's kind of tempting to snap right out the gate. That is a little unfortunate. Do we take the gamble? No, we don't. No way. No way. No way. Athena would be great here. Not gonna get Athena. Definitely gonna double up the Angela and the Hope Summers. Might be able to pull it off with you know, Darkhawk Mystique. Oof. Well, that's great for them. Arishem give them that? Yeah, good for you. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're gonna do this, get the triggers. So next turn, we're gonna have 7 energy. Could play Iron Man. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we got 7 energy here. This is great. So, I mean, I guess we do this and this. And we can play all this out next turn. I like it. Getting smaller, getting smaller. What would we want to do here? Do we want to Iron Man? This becomes 6, 9, 12, 24. 24 is not great. 24 is not great. Now that's a win. Even if they Shang me or were to still it, I think we would still win. I'm good with this. I think we're going to 27 in the middle. I think. Well, Darkhawk is getting smaller, but I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot. Shouldn't be real big. Yeah, so we're going to get him. We're going to get him with the Kitty Pride. Just barely. Just barely.
I am Iron Man.
My numbers were way off. Apparently, I can't do math. Yeah, we barely.
Victory.
Yeah, it's 19. It's 9 times. What did I say it was gonna be? Don't listen to me. Oh my gosh. 9 doubled is 18. Doubled again is 36. That's how you do. That's how you do math, kiddos. I think I said it was going to be like 24 or something. My God. Looks like we're playing Angela and then Hope Summers on top of Angela. See what's behind door number 2. Looks like an Arishem card. You know, it is. Okay. So we're definitely Angela and Hope Summers here. That's pretty good for us. Now, Mirror Dimension may become that as well, so it doesn't really matter, but it might. Oof. We need to pick up the Mystique. Negative Zone's pretty good for us if we get it on both ends. Kind of our best case scenario here. All right, not what happened. Really? Maybe, right?
Clear for takeoff.
What's he gonna do? So this is why we went ahead and snuck out the 1 extra energy. Although I guess it didn't matter. Iron Man's a 4 because of the Ravona.
Enough said, bub. I am Iron Man.
So we only want to play. Yeah, it's going to be hard to deal with. I'm getting another trigger on Thena, so they go to 20. Yeah, that's not going to do it. We just casseroled them. People are just fearless, man. They just queue up the Arishem and they're like, yeah, just whatever. You're mad at my Darkhawk? You can't be mad at my Darkhawk.
Victory.
20, 44, and 30. I mean, granted, a lot of that is the Arishem Darkhawk, but this against an Arishem Darkhawk, I put out 94 power. Technically 96, you know? Okay, we do get the Ravona down early. I thought it was better to play this. I'm gonna play it. I don't want it messing up Athena trigger, is why we're playing it. And, you know, if we do get the Mockingbird, well, we guessed right. I be dang. We'll take it. We have Juggernaut for the end, which, hey, you know, we might be a little sneaky here. Okay, so looking kind of like a mirror match here. Not really what I wanted. All right, so their Darkhawk bigger than mine. They're playing the Korg and Rockslide version. The issue is Sinister London, honestly, because just because I could jug them off of here doesn't mean they're not just going to.
I am Iron Man.
Okay.
I am Iron Man. I am
That's
Iron
good.
Man.
I guess there's no reason not to do it like this.
I am
Please
Iron
go to the
Man.
left.
I am Iron Man.
Oof.
Hey, I found a rook.
Now I need this to go into the middle. All right. So we just do this. I mean, well, that doesn't really work now, does it? We do this, 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 and that gives us what we need to win. Even if they jug us here, yeah, this, I don't think it's going to be enough. It could be. It was not. It was not.
Victory.
Thank you. So we just never play Mysterio, huh? I guess we're just gonna play Ravona. We'll play Iron Man somewhere next turn. Dang. Dang. So, I mean, it feels like this is a clog 'em up deck. So, let's go ahead and get him down.
I am Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So here comes debris. Okay. Well, not the worst, I guess. Hold on, what was the last thing I played? Can I get a rewind? I played this, right? I played this on 4. I played this on 5. I guess they're playing. Yeah. Cannonball just destroys us, right? Well, you know, I've played against the deck a time or two. Gotta leave a spot open. There you go. There you go. Usually not good into the clog matchup. Usually you get destroyed. Close one. Definitely close. You know, I would be very tempted to put Darkhawk away if every game just wasn't Arishem. I guarantee you I play one normal deck for every 5 Arishem. And I'm not complaining. Like, if you want to play Arishem, I'm all about it. But I like this deck. And yeah, it's just gonna keep kind of, you know, farming the Arishem players. I think because we have Darkhawk, like, Athena doesn't need to go here. She needs to go, like, here. Alright. We don't want priority. Just, we don't. So. All right. Perfect. I mean, if I do this play, obviously it's pretty obvious that I don't want priority, right?
Snap.
Wind, aid my hand.
Punished. They have to play for all 3, huh? They lose 4, we gain 4, they go to 9. Well, I'm glad I didn't bet on that. Definitely glad. I mean, I think we played it right because we didn't want the priority. We didn't want the priority, but then they changed it to flooded. But had we have played, you know, cards into there, they'd have just been Shang-Chi'd anyways. I think we played it right.